the Food Processing and Packaging Exposyum is taking place for the second time in Kenya this year in November. Could you tell us a little more about this exposium?
Well, we decided some years ago, together with Messe Düsseldorf, to more or less conquer the African market, and it took us quite some time to find out where we should start. So we were looking at the west coast, we were looking in the south, in the north, and it was very obvious in the end that we'll need to go to East Africa, and if East Africa, then Kenya, and if Kenya, then Nairobi. We're talking here about the market of East Africa of 135 million people. So it's quite big. Certainly it's not yet a very structured market. It will take some more time to get there, but this is the advantage for everybody who wants to come to East Africa. There are so many chances and so many opportunities for anyone who wants to start business there. So we can only welcome them now to join the second FPPE, which will take place this November from the 18th to the 20th, again in Nairobi.
So how do you see the future of the African market?
The African market has about 3 times the size of Europe. That means there are about 3 times as many people as in Europe, and the size of the country or the continent is 3 times. Looking back 20 years and looking at India, then nobody really believed that this is a huge market. We started there in the early 90s, and people sometimes smiled a bit at us. Today everybody takes India very serious, and this is exactly the case for Africa. While we are growing 1 to max 2%, and even that died out, the East African market is growing with 5 to 7% annually, and this will go on for the next 20 years. So it's the place to be, and as they said in football recently, it's time for Africa.
So thank you very much, and see you in Nairobi in November.